Imagine this, two skilled criminals trapped in a high-security prison, a legendary golden egg worth millions, and a race against time that's filled with twists, explosions, and jaw-dropping betrayals. This is the story of Booth, Johnson, and the legendary golden egg. Buckle up, because this review is about to take you on a wild ride, you on the edge of your seat. The movie kicks off with two unlikely partners, Booth and Johnson, trying to escape a super-secure prison. But, of course, this isn't just a regular prison break. We're talking about a series of golden eggs, each more valuable than the last, and a treasure hunt that spans continents. Our duo starts off in a tough spot. They've been framed, betrayed, and sent to a super prison. But they quickly realize they're not alone. The heat's on, and they're not just fighting for freedom, they're racing to secure a fortune. Here's where the first twist hits. Johnson gets framed for a crime he didn't commit, and a golden egg, which seemed to be a simple artifact, turns out to be the bait in a much larger game. Enter Booth, the master thief, who's got a plan to steal not one, but 3 golden eggs. Fight over the golden eggs leads to unexpected escapes, thrilling car chases, and a whole lot of chaos. Just when it looks like Booth and Johnson are on the verge of escaping with the eggs, there's a twist. The golden eggs aren't what they seem. They thought they were after the real treasure, only to find out that the eggs are fake, and the real one was hidden somewhere else entirely. The two of them were chasing each other in the house, but they were not using their physical advantages. It passed through the steel frame easily, and Johnson could only do it, and at that moment, Booth asked Johnson how they found him. Johnson told him that a man called the Bishop told them. Booth suddenly realized. After learning about the Queen of Wood, Booth was taken away by the female police officer, and Johnson was responsible for protecting the safety of the golden egg. But Driver reminded him that his back was facing away. The police found that Johnson had an extra $10 million in his account. They knew he had the time and motive to commit the crime. Johnson was speechless in the face of the evidence. He had no choice but to be arrested and taken to the police station because they were afraid that the monk would escape. So he was sent to a super special prison, where it was freezing cold and could only be reached by plane. And the prisoners there were all very poor and hungry people. Johnson will live with them from now, but both of them were facing the same dilemma. In order to successfully escape the rain, they decided to join forces. Johnson then learned that there were 3 golden eggs in total. Legend has it that they were the treasures of the Egyptian Queen Yen and represented eternal love. A local tyrant released flowers. Whoever brings 3 golden eggs to his daughter's wedding will receive a $500 million reward. And Booth happens to know the whereabouts of the second golden egg. It turned out that they have a very high appearance value, but also long, white, and slender legs. This made Booth full of praise, but Johnson interrupted him. Turned out to be the beauty who was the bishop behind the scenes, and the bishop also took the initiative to admit that he was the one who betrayed Booth and got him arrested first. Then he replaced the fake gold with the real one and finally transferred the money to Johnson's account. He made this perfect arrangement. But Booth refused without hesitation, and the bishop did not get angry. He wanted to get it not to make any move. But the bishop's beauty in the martial arts pool seemed to be just an accident. But Chong Seng accidentally stole the arms dealer's mobile phone. When everything was ready, they started to act immediately. Booth pretended to be a waiter and bumped into Johnson. Then he said he was going to the bathroom and passed the guard smoothly. When they came to the bathroom, Booth used a virus to stop the surveillance screen. Johnson pressed the case in the dark, and then the secret glass fragments were not damaged. Booth first used his fingerprint to unlock the damaged phone, got the password, then used face-changing software to change into a person with firearm injuries, and successfully opened the safe. As expected, they found the second golden egg, and at that moment, Bishop Jing appeared. They saw. Although the bishop was fighting 2 people alone, she was not inferior. She wanted to grab the golden egg first. When they woke up, they were poured with a basin of ice water. They had been tied up, and the bishop and the arms dealer were present. They asked Booth the location of the last golden egg, but Booth did not answer them. Seeing that he could not get the answer, the firearms wounded threatened Johnson's life. Finally, they were told the bottom lane of the 3rd golden egg. As they were celebrating with wine, Jun Huashang suddenly fainted. Unexpectedly, the bishop never cooperated with others sincerely. He just took the. In fact, What Booth said before was all false. He just wanted to save Johnson's life. They heard a metallic sound from the ground, so they quickly dug up the soil and found it. The two walked down without hesitation. As expected, Booth found the third golden egg. But at this moment, thanks to the fact that the golden egg was very hard, unexpectedly, the bishop showed up again. It turned out that he had seen through Booth's trick long ago. The bishop believed that if he then tied Booth to a tree, and the two of them prepared to attend the rich man's wedding. At the wedding, they presented 3 golden eggs and successfully won the 500 million bonus. But at this time, Interpol suddenly arrived at the scene. It turned out that the wealthy British guide was arrested for selling cultural relics. And it turned out that Johnson had deliberately reported all this. 3 months passed in a flash. Every day. But unexpectedly, Booth suddenly appeared again. It turned out that he was previously caught but escaped again during the pressure delivery process. He on people. At the same time, the 3 decided to join forces again, and this time they were ready to do something big together. So, what do you think? Do you believe that in movies like this, the best alliances are the ones that are formed out of necessity, or do you think these characters' golden egg heist isn't just about stolen treasures, it's about the games people play and the lengths they go to for a big score? Can people truly change? And who's really the mastermind behind all this chaos of various treasure hunts throughout history? That's right, real-life treasure hunters have spent years searching for priceless relics hidden in the most unlikely places. If there's one thing this movie teaches, it's that no one is ever as trustworthy as they seem. And while the action is fun, it's the psychological twists and turns that make the movie truly unforgettable. The characters are flawed, unpredictable, and oh so human, and that's what makes their journeys so captivating.